What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to Almighty Reacts, the home of sports reactions. So today we're going to be reacting to who should captain Team Canada. Is it going to be Crosby or is it going to be McDavid? So y'all know I'm Team McJesus. Yeah. So I've done reactions on both of these players, and they're both great in their own right. Just in my humble, expert, genius opinion.
Really dumb, for real.
I think it should be McDavid, but what do I know? You know what I mean? What do I know? I'm just going off my personal opinion on my favorite player. I'm brand new to hockey, and my favorite player has already been chosen and been decided. Player 1 has already selected his character, and for me, it's Connor Mcdavid. So I guess in this video, we're gonna check out to see what qualities they both have. Let's check it out. Let's get straight into this, all right?
Ladies and men's and Paralympic team go for the triple gold.
So with Beijing marking 8 years since the last time we saw Canadian NHLers at the games, let's take a look at some current stars who have never been to the Olympics, starting with none other than Connor Mcdavid, the 24-year-old coming off his second career Hart Trophy.
So he's never been to the Olympics?
International
What?
success, winning gold for Canada at 3 different levels, under 18s, World Juniors, and the 2016 World Championships.
Okay.
Then, how about Nathan McKinnon to add him to your lineup, who won the Calder Trophy in 2014? The
They got
last year
McKinnon
NHLers
too?
competed at the Olympics.
The Canadian team must be unstoppable, bro.
Has
For real.
560 career points with the Abs. It was a member of Team Canada at the 2015 and 2017.
Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon. Oh my God.
How about McKinnon's Colorado teammate Cale Makar, who was only 15 years old during the Sochi 2014 games.
I do not know
winning
this
his
guy.
Calder just 2 seasons ago, and helped lead Canada to gold at the 2018 World Juniors as the highest scoring defenseman in the tournament with
Cale
8
Makar.
points.
Finally, we have Shea Theodore, the Golden Knights defenseman, has been winning international medals for Canada since 2012. He's no stranger, notably winning at the under-18s and World Juniors before picking up silver with the senior team at the last World Championship back in 2019.
I don't know him either.
Where he scored Canada's only goal in the gold.
There's a lot of players that I'm still
game. So with
not
that,
familiar with.
Who would we ask to build our lineup? None other than the sharp-dressed man, Craig. But he's our senior director scouting, by the way. In net, he's got Carey Price, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Darcy Kempfer, who backstopped Canada gold at this
Carey
year's.
Price.
It's tough to argue with any of those. The blue line has a 22-year-old.
He's fire. I did a video on him too.
2014 gold medalist Alex Pietrangelo.
There's a couple players on here that I did a video on.
All of those guys I would pick as well. Up front, the top line is loaded with Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon. I mean, as Canadians, we could pretty much make 2 teams and be all right, as far as I'm concerned. Craig, you reuniting the Marchand, Crosby, Bergeron line from the 2016 World Cup, where they combined
Marchand,
for 25
Crosby.
points in 6 games.
We know McDavid's going, we know McKinnon's going, we know Crosby's going. I would expect Crosby as the captain again. I can't,
Has to be.
I can't imagine Hockey Canada would make the same mistake. Remember in '98?
Yeah.
It was unfair almost. Here, Lindros, you're the captain. You're like, Gretzky's here. What are you doing?
Silly.
Like,
Put
yeah.
too much pressure on Lindros.
Silly. Yeah, and
It's
it
just
blew up in
dumb.
their face. Not necessarily because of that, but it's if Crosby's there and he's still in his prime, which he is, he's your captain. But
Okay, that makes sense.
I believe this is big.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So pretty much, what they're saying is that you have a legendary leader already that's on the team that has been captaining this team for years on years on years, and of course you want to pass the torch on at some point, you know. But this new player is still young. He's trying to reach new levels as a player himself, and by throwing the label of captain on him, it might just put too much pressure on him. And I understand. I get it. I get it.
McDavid's team, and it will be McDavid's story to tell. You know, like McDavid, Crosby, he will play a big role in it. He will be as important as any other player based on history, experience, talent, and still production at his age. But he's had his golden goal moment.
Yeah.
You know, he had his domination in 2010 and 2014. This is uncharted territory for McDavid. I don't think the Oilers are going to win the cup this year, and he has not won a cup before. Where when Sid showed up in 2010, he had already won a cup and been to 2 cup finals.
Yeah.
You know, when he got to 14, he was on the verge of going back-to-back and winning 2 more within the next 3 years.
Yes, he was.
McDavid, this will be the biggest platform for success. You know,
That's a great point.
Okay, I understand what they're saying, but On the opposite side, giving him the captaincy might actually propel him to do better. It may light a fire in him. I don't know. I mean, it could go either way, to be honest.
I mean, not to say the Oilers will never have success, but it's, it doesn't seem like they're going to have it now. They haven't had it yet. I mean, but you're right. Like, this is his opportunity to carve out an absolutely career-defining moment. And what better stage than the first time we've had best-on-best hockey, arguably since 2014, unless you count the 2016 World Cup, when McDavid, by the way, didn't even get to play for Canada. So,
okay.
I agree with you, Hayes. Like this
and why hasn't he played before?
For guys on teams that have no chance of winning a cup. And
why haven't they called him up before? What is this?
And they're not going to be favorites.
This is going to happen
specific
before
reason
the playoffs.
for that?
So even if they do go on a cup run, the Olympics are coming before that on the calendar.
Yeah.
So his playoff profile and rap sheet will not change between now and Beijing.
No.
The NHL players are going to the Olympics, and I'm sure you're like everyone else. You're excited for it. It's going to be fun. We'll be mocking up different lineups and teams between now and January when they make the official announcement, and then before Game 1. But I think the overarching topic that will likely be coming here is whose team is it going to be? Like, is it still Sidney Crosby's team?
I mean, it could be
like
both.
In '98, where it was Lindros's team and there were other greats behind him. Like, is this McDavid's team or Sidney Crosby's team, in your opinion?
I would still say it's Sidney Crosby. I think that Gretzky. At the age, I think Crosby's 33, but I kind of consider him maybe because of his nickname, Sid the Kid. He's not kind of that older guy. I think this would still be his team. He's going to probably say all the right things, like, no, this is time for McDavid to shine. I don't think there's any question he's going to be the captain of the team, Hayes. And I know there's a lot of, you just talked about mock-ups, but I don't understand how you just don't put McDavid on left wing and McKinnon on right wing and sit in the middle and just say, you guys just dominate this tournament and crush everyone. Because to me, that's what I want to see. Or some kind of mix of that, whether it's McDavid and McKinnon or I just think putting all three of them, they're probably going to go back to the Bergeron, Marchand, but just to see all those guys on the same ice, it's going to be awesome to talk about all year. Who's playing well? I'm sure there's going to be some good players that don't get off to good starts and don't make the team, but it's going to be a lot of fun for sure to see that team put together. And by the way, the USA team, for everyone that thinks that Canada's going to dummy anybody, just go ahead and start putting down on paper what the USA team looks like. Not even talking about other countries that are going to be participating, but that USA team is dangerous when you write it down on paper.
They're loaded.
Okay.
Yeah, they are loaded.
I have to take a look at that. I don't know
So you're saying,
a whole lot of players.
Instead of having
the
the sort of murderer's row of centermen from Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon, Braden Point, Barzell's your fifth best center, and he's a hell of a player. You're saying take these centers and make them wingers, and how do you think they'd feel about that?
I don't know how they would feel about it, but the one thing you talk about is sometimes I think in a short tournament, which 2 weeks isn't that short, but it's tough to get chemistry going for everybody. So if you say that you want to flex your muscles as center ice as being a strength of the position, sometimes it's difficult to get everybody going on separate lines and getting a bunch of different lines going. And in a game, and I know Babcock did it by committee the last Olympics where it was like, we want to try to win 2-1. Everybody go out there and try to shut them down.
Okay.
But I don't know if John Cooper's going to do that. And sometimes to get guys going, and if you want a player like Connor Mcdavid, who is going to want to dominate the tournament, and he's probably really capable of doing it, he's the go-to guy. He's the spotlight centerman playing in all key positions. It's not like he's going to say, I'm going up 3 lines from now. It's like this guy needs the ice time. He needs to play a lot. And I just like the idea of great players playing together. Lemieux and Gretzky.
So you're suggesting moving one of them to a position that they don't normally play, so that way they can be on the same line.
Some type of combination like that, I think, would be awesome to watch. It's like if you put Gretzky and Lemieux on.
I don't know. I'm gonna end it right there. I don't need to hear any more. Okay. So let me know what you guys think, man. Do you think that giving him the captain's title would put a lot of pressure on him and cause him to crumble and not play as well as he should? Or do you think that it would be the opposite, that he's gonna get the flexing? They give him that C on his shirt that's gonna make him play even harder, and he's gonna show out. which I believe he will. I've been watching a lot of Connor McDavid lately, and I don't think that he would crumble under the pressure of being named captain. I think that giving him the captaincy should also be a mutual decision between the organization and Sidney Crosby. I think it would be more of a beautiful thing if Sidney Crosby says, you know, all right, time to pass on the torch, let's give it to this guy, it's his time to go. I think that's my humble opinion, that's my humble genius expert opinion, like I said before. Alright, so thank you very much for tuning in today. This is Almighty Reacts. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.